ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Awkward Question Time. Please welcome your host, Alex Leam.
Hello and welcome to Awkward Question Time. If you're playing Whamageddon, you're out. I am the danger. So Awkward Question Time with me, Alex Leam, the show where I take a panel of comedians and subject them to an hour's worth of awkward and stupid questions. Stumbled over my words massively because I was so pleased with myself for trying to take people out for doing Whamageddon because I can't do it in the flesh this year. Anyway, the questions, not all of them are pre-written. A lot of them are going to be provided by you, the audience. So submit your questions, please, for the panel. In the comment section, more cringe the better. Say hello if you are watching live and also answer along with us. Give us a share, retweet or subscribe to us on YouTube, and whilst you're at it, give my Facebook page a like at Alex Leam Stand Up. Follow me on Twitter at Alex Leam or search Alex Leam on YouTube. If you're not watching us live and you're watching on the replay, let us know where and when in the comments when you are watching, but do join us live Sunday nights at 8:30. There's only 2 more live shows of 2020 after this one, so catch one live, please. And if you are watching us live or you're watching us on a proper TV, then take a picture and DM me that pic, because a lot of people are watching on their smart tellies, and I do get a kick out of it when you send me the pictures. So if you're doing that now, I will pull an unfortunate pose for you, an unfortunate pause face. So get your cameras ready. All right, 3, 2, 1. There you go. That is all you're getting. If you are enjoying the show and you want to contribute, then please do donate via paypal.me/Alex Leam and kofi.com/Alex Leam as well. Any donations received will be split evenly amongst all of the panelists. I'm ever the optimist. I say this every week, even though we are 13 weeks in and the donations have a grand total of £8. So anyone that's on the show tonight and anyone in the future, don't go planning your retirement. Time to bring on our guests for this evening. So can you please welcome Roger Poulter, Dhutia, Maggie Whitehouse, and in the nick of time, Graham Whistler. Hello.
Hello.
Excellent. Cool. Graham, at 11th hour, we've got a question lined up just in case you didn't make it, which was how much does Graham suck for not making it in time? But you're here, we can't ask that one.
Zero sucking.
So we're going to alter that one, and we are going to go with this question instead, which is just how much does Graham suck?
Oh, okay.
Graham, we'll come to you first. How much do you suck?
Well, I suppose it depends on what suite I'm eating. Keeping it topical. I've been on the heroes of the quality streets for some time already.
Oh, you're starting early.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I tell you, the chocolate eclairs always give me particular problems. Actually, they're a sucker. Definitely, you have to spend your time with that one.
I'm amazed they still make them. Still make them. They strike me as like age range 80 plus for like the cabbage.
That and toffee pennies. Can't handle them either. But I love that. I love them so much. So it's a love-hate relationship.
Okay, so we'll have that as a tacked-on added question to how much does Graham suck. Your best/worst ones of the chocolates. Maggie, come to you next. How much does Graham suck?
Graham sucks about as much as a baby goat with a nanny goat with not enough milk.
Wow, that's actually
okay.
That's on your Tinder bio, isn't it, Graham?
It was, yeah. Hang on, let me just. Sorry.
Yeah, I've got written commentary from the nanny goat. That's stuck in.
Nice.
Yeah. So what you're saying? He's kidding around.
I made her sign a non-disclosure agreement. She shouldn't have told you that.
Damn.
Yeah.
And Roger's off already. Here we. Okay, right. And Maggie, the chocolate boxes you get at Christmas, favourite and least favourite? Seeing as Graham started this one.
Chocolate boxes. I don't get chocolate boxes. I get Lindt chocolate reindeer and Lindt Santas and Lindt kitties.
Fancy.
Anything
Posh.
other than that, not acceptable. Sorry, you're all going to hell.
I'm just thinking, I really should have a career in religion. I'm in the wrong game, really. If you're getting Lindt for Christmas.
Yeah, this has been a great year for Vickers. I'm a non-stipendiary, which means I only get paid for the services I do, which is a little bit like stand-up comedy. You only get paid for the time you show up.
So we should start the hashtag Save Live Religion.
Not on my watch, mate. No.
Maggie, do you pull in big audiences at church or doing stand-up?
I would say I generally get 5 times more at stand-up when I get a congregation. An audience of 8 will be 5 times more with stand-up, I would say.
Right.
I generally do stand-up so I can get to talk to more than 4 people at the weekend.
That's incredibly ironic, because I only do stand-up to speak to a maximum of 4 people at a time.
It's not working out too well, Graham, I have to admit that.
I've got this funny feeling by the end of this hour, at least 3 of us will be converted.
Probably me. I'll probably be a Buddhist by the end, but that's...
Tej, you're next. How much does Graham suck, and your favourites in the chocolates that you get?
Graham's like, what? He's got quite a deep voice. I imagine he sucks quite a lot.
Brilliant. Thank you.
And heroes, celebrations?
I think Heroes. I like the Whisper. Do you know what? I didn't like Heroes, and then they changed the packaging, and then suddenly I'm like, oh yeah, I like this now. I don't even understand it myself. Do you remember when the Heroes had really tight packaging and they were shit, and now they've got really loose packaging and it seems a bit more like upmarket? Quite like them.
If you're spending a while trying to peel it open, you sort of feel that it's not worth it after some time. So yeah. I think celebrations are overrated. They're a bit 90s.
Yeah, they've still got the tight packaging, haven't they? Not fun.
Yeah. When you see them, you just think, I liked you in the 90s, not anymore. A bit like how I feel when I saw Robbie Williams on the One Show this week. If you missed that, don't go watching it. It would just make you cry.
What was he plugging?
His
Christmas song.
Yeah.
Oh, got a Christmas song. What?
It's called. It's got lots of lockdown references in it.
Has he run out of money as well?
Yeah. No, probably not.
I don't know. I just wish he'd run out and not come back.
I genuinely think he was bored and he did it on a dare. That's what I think's happened. Because it's genuinely, listen to it, but it's horrendous. You'll get no joy from it.
I
take it you have listened to it then.
Yeah.
I just think that having watched Robbie Williams, I just think it's taken you 15 years to completely lose the plot when it took Elton John 40. So I think he's really ahead of the curve in a lot of respects.
I liked him when he was in the animated film Aladdin.
Oh, come on,
Roger.
Yellow card. You have been warned.
I knew it.
Yeah, I've been warned. Roger, we'll come to you next. Having just made that joke and you've been yellow carded, I'm still going to ask you, how much does Graham suck?
Well, on the scale where Dyson sucks 100% of the time, right, I think Graham is more of a Henry.
So he's a Henry.
Actually sucks quite a lot, but not as much as a Dyson.
Having seen him quite badly hungover, he does go a shade similar to a Henry Hoover.
I do, yeah.
So
I like that, and that maybe I'm somewhere in the middle. If we're going on personalised names for Hoovers, I suppose, or anthropomorphized, whatever the word is. You
That's
could
a
go
big
Henry,
word for Sunday night.
Yeah, I gambled. It was a terrible mistake. I'm very sorry. We could go Henry, Graham, I don't know, Simon. We could just start naming Hoovers different levels of sucking.
Simon. Simon the Hoover. Okay, nice.
I don't know, it sounds like a sucky name, doesn't it? I don't know. Just something that popped into my head.
Kind of. So viewer comments. A few people watching already. George Coppen is on board. He said, "Hey," and then has slowly worked out the vocation of one of us, and is Maggie a vicar? Yes, Maggie is. There's a big visual clue if you're watching on mute. Alexandra, how do you pronounce her surname, Roger?
Reckon.
Great. I love the fact that Ted's told you how to pronounce it properly and you still couldn't.
I'll learn for next week.
We've got like 5 days to.
Ian Bowden. I think Graham is the type that sucks every last drop from a McDonald's milkshake to get his money's worth.
I 100% do that. Absolutely, that's correct. Ian's nailed that.
Excellent. Nice one.
Yep.
Nice one, Ian. And George has come back with a question for Maggie. Who is the most evil out of all the panellists?
Well, that's a much better question than George's question, because I am definitely the most evil of all the panellists, without a doubt. The question is, who's the most evil out of the other panellists? And my only answer to that is, I'll fight you for the title, mate.
I'm wussed out already. I want to back down.
Listen, I've just written a novel where
someone
outfaced a demon in Exeter Cathedral. So I think I've got dibs on evil today. I really do. Having written a published book about outfacing a demon in a cathedral, I think I know evil, and I think it's me.
Fantastic.
Oh, there you go.
Fantastic. So keep your questions coming in. All of you that are watching, more the merrier, please. And as Maggie said to us before the show, no holds barred. You can be as rude as you like. And no topics are off bar either. So next question.
I kind of have to do that because whenever I show up on stage, everybody goes, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit!" It's a fucking difference. So, you know.
Even the atheists and agnostics go, "Best behaviour, best behaviour."
Sometimes they do actually, but I have great conversations with them afterwards because I'd much rather talk to decent atheists.
Have you ever been caught speeding?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure the police will collar you.
Oh, no. No,
Sorry.
come on,
You're this close to the first ever red card being dished out.
Yeah,
That's a one question ban. Our next question, which relates to the opening of the show. Whamageddon. Is it A, bit of harmless fun, or B, played by people with no personality? Explain why it's B.
Can I take this? It's I think it's A, but I'm not playing it, this year. I played last Christmas.
Red card, one question ban.
One question ban, Roger. He's off. Right, there he goes. First
That
ban.
was quite good. I was quite.
Oh, all right. You've been given a reprieve, Roger. Graham said that was quite good. So
it went to VAR, did it?
It did, yeah. You're back to just your yellow now.
So it wasn't a step 2 VAR then.
Somebody told me
Red card, one question ban.
Glutton for punishment, aren't you?
You were so close. Oh, I even gave him
It's
an
like
out
he
as well.
wants to be notorious. So, Whamageddon, where's everyone else stand on this? Tej?
I gather that it's the opposite this year because I went on a short journey up a motorway at the end of November, which was the most exciting thing I've done for a decade. No, 2020, whichever is the shortest and longest. And the first thing I did was walk into a coffee shop where they were playing Whamageddon, where they were playing Last Christmas. And so I came out and cried all over Facebook, as is my wont. And I was told that, no, this year it's the other way around. You have to listen to it as many times as possible. And you win if you listen to it the most times. But I've been Whamageddon 6 times already this Christmas, which I think is, frankly, a little excessive. I think it's great fun, actually. But one day I'd like to do
It's. I mean, I could sort of see that if it was a bit of a laugh, that was when it originated, bounded around by like a few people on the internet. But there's a group that take it so seriously to the point where you just think, get life. Seriously, because there's even radio stations that say we can guarantee that we're not going to play Wham between now and the 25th. I think that the dip in royalties is what finished George off, to be honest. I think that, Tej, Whamageddon, your thoughts?
So obviously I had to Google what the fuck Whamageddon is, because I never know anything Alex talks about on this show. God knows why he has me on. And I don't get it. Why does everyone hate the song?
I don't know.
Because they lose the game.
Aggressive moan about somebody who misread the signals while they were snogging somebody under the mistletoe the previous year. That's why we all hate it.
Right. Okay. So
that's put it in a whole new light for me now. I've never thought of it like that.
Yeah, it's basically just a song about getting cuckolded at a Christmas party. That's all it is.
Yeah, it contradicts itself as well. It sort of says that, I'm going to give my heart to somebody special because I was such a naff idiot last year. I tried to give it to you. And half the time he says, oh, if you kiss me again, I've listened to this far too often, haven't I? I'm going to go away.
You've really studied it. Yeah, no, I never really listened to the words of Christmas songs, to be honest, I don't think. Like, as in you just sing along and then you forget about it. Like,
do you know?
I've got no strong feelings on this song. It makes me feel like Christmas, and I don't mind.
I'm looking at it a whole new way now. I've completely lost sympathy for George, and I've heard Maggie's interpretation. Before we get on to Graham, we'll bring Roger back in now. He's served his ban. There we go. He's back. So Graham.
It's B, isn't it? I think I've got to be quite blunt here. I didn't even. One of the reasons is half the people still don't even realise it's a thing. More people I speak to about Whamageddon, they're like, "What's Whamageddon?" So what's the point? And it's and like you say, people
loser then.
Well, yeah, I guess. But I mean, people get so invested in it because they've got nothing better to do. It's like Alex was telling me the other day when he was working as a mobile DJ that he used to visibly see people react when he put this on at their Christmas parties. People be sat there going, like they've just lost an important game. It's not important. It's a fucking song.
I took great delight in doing that. There's no two ways of saying it. This was last Christmas when I did this. So like office parties is like 2 hours of background music playing while everyone's having their dinner before the disco starts. As soon as everyone sat down, I bung last Christmas on really loud just to see like 2 or 3 people go, shit.
Well, I'm gonna launch a new game for next year for 2021. You have to go through the whole of 2021 without hearing the Spam song by Monty Python. It's called Spamageddon.
That I could get behind. I like the fact that during your ban, when I kicked you out, you commented on the show, saying I can still comment on this. As I love the commitment to that. That's cool. So back to the comments. When I said that a dip in royalties killed George, I didn't mean you, George Coppen. Completely different one. He then wants.
If you're thinking of dying, I do a very good funeral and I don't charge that much.
It wouldn't cost a lot with George. It wouldn't cost a lot. He has an idea. Vicars versus comedians. That's a great spin-off. Edinburgh 2021. I did an
Edinburgh show last year with 2 other vicars, so the 3 of us could do it with you.
Excellent.
Yeah, vicars versus comedians. Yeah, go for it.
Ian Bowden. How do vicars make paper? Pulpit. This is a first. The first.
You're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, this is the first viewer to get one of these.
You have been warned.
I thought it was quite good myself.
Well, you would.
As the first one to get the ban, that's not surprising. Katie Brown's been in touch. Who, when Ted, you were talking about you come on the show and then stuff happens that you're thinking, what the hell? She just goes, pegging. So That's of all the running threads that have ever happened on this show, I didn't think the act of pegging would be one of them. So keep your questions and your comments coming in. I would say to the audience, but also the panel, if you want to continue to comment.
Thanks,
on.
Katie. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The
Thanks for
panel
bringing
as well.
that back up again.
So we're going to play a side game now. It's time to play the game that has been sweeping the nation. So this is inspired by the game that we played last week that went so well. It went so well that Tony Slattery gave up and left halfway through playing it. Last week we played a game called Vape or Vibrator, where I gave you the name of a device and you had to decide whether it was a vape machine or a vibrator. This week we are playing jazz musician or sex position. So I'm going to give each of you the name, a name, and you have to decide if it's a jazz musician's nickname or a sex position. Okay, is everyone clear?
I'm going to be awful at this.
If there's not one called All That Jizz, I'm very disappointed. Like, combining the two, you know.
That was a good one. I enjoyed that. So, here we go. So, Tej, you're up first. Betty Bebop, jazz musician or sex position?
I'm so naive with this. I'm going to say jazz musician.
Jazz musician, you say? And you were right! Betty Bebop was a jazz musician, real name, Betty Carter. So well done, first one. Nice. Excellent.
Points.
Next. Graham, pretzel dip.
That's got to be a sex position, surely. It's got to be 100%.
Sex position, you say. You are right, and there's also an accompanying diagram from Women's Health. It is a sex position.
Well, that's save Tej looking it up.
Yeah, there you go. Don't have to look it up now. Thanks.
Is it me or does one of them look sunburnt?
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's part of it. Do you have to spend all day at the beach first?
Possibly. Roger, Magic Mountain, jazz musician or sex position?
Vibrator.
That's last week.
I'm going to go jazz musician.
Jazz musician, you say? I could see that as a jazz musician's name. You're wrong. It's a sex position.
Amazing.
And also, by the looks of things, the inspiration behind the logo for Kappa.
Yeah.
Next, Maggie, Dipper Mouth.
Well, first you spelt my name incorrectly, so you have to die.
Oh shit.
Secondly,
It's not only
it's
me.
wonderful being old enough to be everybody's grandma because I can get away with saying things like that. Yeah. It's both, and I know that because I did it with the jazz musician Poulter.
This is news. This is news. I think bonus points for Maggie because all I had that down as it was one of the nicknames for Louis Armstrong. It wasn't with Louis Armstrong, was it? I'm now going to check the end credits that I did because I've got a horrible feeling that if I've misspoke your name on that as. Oh no, that one's right. This one was wrong. That was right. Okay,
I don't
cool.
mind if you do that because again, I get paid for doing the funeral.
That's cool. I've reprieved myself. I'll probably just get beaten up really badly. Bonus one. This is for everyone to shout out. Gee whiz.
That's actually an electric car.
Is it?
Just quick side note. It's an electric car. It's called a Gee whiz.
I think it might be a sexual position, something to do with electricity.
Okay.
And making love in an electric car or something.
Yeah. Isn't it what all the jazz musicians say after they've done the sexual position?
It depends who you're with, I suppose.
It's also one of my nicknames.
Gee whiz.
Yeah,
Well, Gee
That's one of
whiz.
the nicer nicknames, Graham.
Gee-whiz is a position. Gee-whiz
invented
is a
that one.
position. Well, that's making a late claim too. So congratulations for everyone for playing what will probably be the first and only time we play jazz musician or sex position.
I like that one. It just needs a jingle.
It does.
It does
I
need a
will
jingle,
get
I
you.
think.
I'll get you to sing it if we do that
Brought me
again.
sleigh bells.
Back to the comments.
Right.
George Cochran says yellow card for Alex. I've got no idea why, but
You spelled Maggie's name wrong.
Oh, right. Yes. How quickly I forget. Yeah. Nicola Butler. Nicola Butler. I know what to get Roger for Christmas.
A vibrator.
Vape. Oh, right. Wait, vape. Ian Bowden's been back on. I've not read this yet, so let's all read it together. Good luck, everybody. I took my jazz records to make love to a date to. Turns out that's not what she meant when she said she was into scat. I don't get it.
Oh,
So I'll explain it.
am I going to have to explain it?
Yeah, go on.
It involves shitting on each other.
Okay, all right. That's fine. Alexandra would have been good at last week's game because I use a lot of vapes. Neil on Twitter. Actually, we don't get many comments from Twitter. Oh, innocent Alex. Me? It's like you don't know me, Neil. It's like you don't know me. That's still the highlight of my career. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
Kate.
know what that is.
For talking about for talking about that.
So now we've covered pegging and scat on this thing.
Are they all to run into your Christmas tree right now? No. I don't think. Just no, George. No, absolutely not. See any more comments? No. No, it's not that kind of show. It's not that kind of show. We're a respectable show, don't you know?
Sponsored by Red Bull. It's just not to.
All right, cool. Next question. Keep your questions coming in, people watching. So, in honour of having a vicar on the show tonight, I want to ask everyone: if you were a vicar, what would have today's sermon been about? So Maggie, what kind of your first thing is you are a vicar? I'm guessing you were working earlier.
No, not today.
I didn't know. I didn't know vicars got Sundays off occasionally.
This year we tried quite a few Sundays off, actually. Yes.
Have you been doing online?
If it was this time last year, it would have been not at all funny. It would have been all about how they didn't go to an inn, there wasn't a donkey. The word is Cataluma, which means upper room. They would have been staying with relatives, and because she was giving birth, she'd have automatically, like all the other women of those days, have gone down to the kitchens where the oxen and the stable was next door to the kitchen because they used the dung to burn the fires with. So it was a perfectly normal, natural birth for those days, and nothing weird about it at all. And then I would have got shouted at by the church warden.
Okay. It's nice to know.
What, didn't it?
It's nice to know that vicars get heckled.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I get heckled. My God, yes. I've been banned from one church because I'm a freelance and I work for the Methodists in Devon. And there aren't enough people going to church in Devon for them to have a vicar for each church. So they have a freelance that goes round all the churches. And one of them had me banned because I was too heretical, and they called in an exorcist, which was a bit of a shame because the only registered exorcist in Devon is me.
That's amazing.
That is badass. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's quite.
Graham, if you were the Reverend Whistler, what would have today's sermon been about?
The Reverend Whistler. Oh God, that sounds terrible. Well, it does. I would have no faith in anyone with the surname Reverend Whistler. It's just not. I mean, I'd be on the wine for a start, because presumably it's free. I guess. I don't know.
It's better than that. It's better than
Sorry?
that, Graham. I am probably the only person you know who actually gets paid to start drinking alone at 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
Oh, I missed my calling, Alex. I think I really did. I could have. My sermon would have basically just been about whatever I could drunkenly slur my way through, I guess. Good morning. Thank you for the wine. And probably rip off Al Murray. Welcome the wine for the ladies. Something like that.
I was glad to say that you're normally, I mean, in non-COVID times, I've got no idea why I'm suddenly waving this ruler about. I was just fiddling with it. In non-COVID times, I mean, normally you'd be out on a Saturday night till at least like 5.
Yeah.
So I would imagine you'd then go straight to work.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I guess my sermon would probably be about a good way to deal with a hangover.
Encouraging people to put an egg McMuffin in the collection plate.
Encouraging people to pray for a way to survive this hangover, I guess, would be you know, I think that would be probably be the only route I would go down. I can't realistically see myself talking about anything else.
I would imagine the hymns, but you'd encourage them to whisper it because you're feeling a bit delicate.
Yeah, absolutely. You can all stay sat. It's absolutely fine. Please don't stand because I won't. And just whisper the hymns. Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. Roger.
Just in case
Oh, sorry,
you
Maggie.
don't know, we actually have to finish off the wine. You're not allowed to leave any wine after you've consecrated it. So the happiest speakers are the ones who have a very big chalice.
Oh, well, there you go. So it is as soon as you start it, you have to finish it. It's like kind of mastermind, but for drinking.
Yeah, it's mastermind for drinking. Yeah.
So you're like an empty church then?
Oh yeah, and I would have a nice crate of Merlot. Yeah. None of this rubbish wine.
I don't know about anyone else, but the longer I listen to Maggie, the more I want to become a vicar now. It just sounds amazing. I say, if I break your record, get banned from 2 churches.
I'm starting to wonder if the phrase seven in Devon actually come from the church.
Roger.
Roger.
I would give a sermon on not being overly serious in life, not passing judgment on other people, which everybody does at the moment on Facebook. They're also high and mighty with thou shalt vaccinate or thou shalt not vaccinate. You know, everyone has an opinion and they should be respected for that as long as it doesn't affect you. And, you know, basically, where's people's sense of humour's gone? Why can't we have a laugh anymore? So, anyway.
So you preach peace and understanding, and encourage everyone to delete Twitter.
Yeah, we're now moving on to hymn 911.
Okay, so that brings us to you, Tej. If you were to, obviously, what would your sermon be about? What song would you choose for a hymn? You could choose any song. Get a church full of people singing it. What would be the song?
I was just going to say, like, I love raving, so if I managed to have people in my sermon, that would be like a party right there, an illegal rave, and then I just start singing and dancing, right? Raise the roof of this church.
What I'd love to go to a church that has something. I don't know if you've all seen the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to. If my local church had the Reverend James Brown, I would be.
Yeah, or Aretha Franklin. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd even take Whoopi Goldberg. I was saying. Yeah.
Exactly. So my sermon would just be a rave, I think. And then imagine how it would be like a Zumba rave, like you'd just feel all invigorated after.
I would say that. If you could glow sticks, they're quite angelic. Just me on that one then, fine.
Yeah, I think so. I think we all disagree there. But on the basis of tonight's show, I think Maggie could probably sort us out with a rave in a church. Sounds like something that's a possibility. We'll get it.
Socially distanced, obviously.
Yeah, I think maybe something in 2021 when we're allowed to.
I think that's a brilliant idea. Yeah. Get the parish council to take all the pews out.
It's one thing churches normally don't have a problem with is social distancing. The ones I've been in, there've been so few in there.
Exactly. That's my argument all the way. We've got St Andrews down the road, and you can put 250 people in it. It usually gets 8. What is the problem?
Rog, tell us about the story you stumbled across this week about a bar in Nottingham.
Oh, the 400 whatever it was. Let me look up the name of it. So
what was the gist? Just tell us the gist while you're looking it up.
It was a tequila bar in Nottingham has applied to become a church. So it can have congregations in where it's not allowed to open as a bar.
Would it still serve tequila? Oh, could you imagine 8 a.m. sermons with tequila instead of the Merlot?
Oh, well,
imagine if you have to finish the bottle of tequila.
That sounds like a perfect job for the Reverend Whistler. I'd be well into that.
I think
400 rabbits.
You can always sacrifice a egg. Instead of that ghastly bit of circular host, you would have a Scotch egg for the communion. Then you could all go in there.
Fantastic.
What could you want on a Sunday morning at 8 a.m? Tequila, a sermon, and presumably vibrators, judging by the name of the pub. So it's good. Holy Trinity.
When you held your iPad up to the screen, did we get the reflection of your selfie light, or was that your halo?
It was my halo.
It was your halo. Okay, nice. Nice.
I don't use a selfie light. I'm not that vain.
Nice. me neither. Back to the comments. Katie does comedy. When she was talking about a career highlight of hers, she meant when she was on the show last week and Tony disappeared during the game of Vape or Vibrator. Neil Monroe is back on. By freelancer, does Maggie mean that she just walks into parishes and asks if people need a priest?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Nice.
No, well, yeah, you can do that. Basically, this lot found me because I was doing a year on BBC Radio Devon, which was about being in jail. I did a Sunday morning breakfast show and brought on things like the local shaman and people who were into stone circles and all that. And I got sacked after.
I used to like the shaman.
You've been warned once tonight.
The Methodists were desperate, so they asked me. But I am a freelance. I'm actually an independent, so I am allowed by my bishop and my church to work for anybody.
Nice. This morning's sermon comes from the shaman. A great philosopher once wrote, naughty, naughty, very naughty.
Very.
Back to the comments. Callum Evis Jarvis Jones, Reverend Whistler is definitely a sex position. Nice. Ian Bowden.
Get that trending.
Nice. Ian Bowden, Graham's not allowed in church since he bashed the bishop. Oh, Ian. Oh, Ian. Where are we at? It's refreshed again, so everything's moved up a bit. Oh, George has an awkward question for me. Alex, did Maggie marry you and your ex-wife? No, Maggie did not marry me and my ex-wife, although at the time I was living on the south coast and she's a freelance agent of God, so she could have swept in and done it, but no, we got married in Edinburgh. That worked. Thomas Hancock, we'll come back to you in a minute, Thomas, actually, because I've got that's a real doozy. I want to hold that in reserves. Neil again. Do churches hold Alcoholics Anonymous meetings?
I'm sorry if I'm hogging this. Yes, and actually you have to provide alternates. You have to have a gluten-free host nowadays, and you have to have non-alcoholic wine. But most people make it grape juice, but I always add some apple cider vinegar. It has to be fermented. The idea is that the wine is fermented and the air in the wine contains spirit. Just something you didn't want to know.
It's actually quite interesting.
Maggie, don't worry about hogging it and apologising, because we'd all forgive you.
Oh, come on, Roger.
Whenever Roger starts to speak now, I go straight to the screen where the rim shot and the red card is, just in case. So I'm there waiting for him. He's building to something. I just know he is. Right, moving on. So we will. Oh, is that your dog? Yeah. What's your dog's name?
2 weeks. She's a rescue, so she's a bit insecure. So she tends to want to be where the fun is.
Hello. This is where the fun is.
I like Alex's animal identification skills there.
Dog.
Oh, it took you long enough. That's your
It's Sunday night. Leave me alone. Knackered.
It's actually a swamp dragon.
I'm just still reeling from that. Have you ever never struggled with a sentence before? Honestly. Right, so I'm looking for you've thrown me now. I've got everything in front of me and I suddenly can't read. Thank you. Next question is a show and tell. Got there in the end. This is good because it gives me a 30-second break. You each have 30 seconds to go and find and put something on that is Christmas related. And then when we bring it all back here, Maggie's off already, and then tell us what you've got. So 30 seconds start. And we're all back. Oh, amazing! Fantastic! Great. Everyone's looking festive. So we will come to.
It's Roger trying to wear a box.
Roger's got his Christmas tree in the box. Maggie, we'll come to you first, and we'll full screen you because that is a magnificent road. Talk us through your festive ensemble there.
This is very acceptable. It was given to me by my bishop, because my husband wanted him to make me a cannon so I could be a loose one, but he wouldn't. So he gave me this because he got given a better one. I have not got the kind of cash to buy something that is silk and velvet, but this is the kind of robe that you're supposed to wear on high holy days. So this would be the one that I'm going to be wearing on Christmas morning for Mass.
Excellent.
And I've got that as well as the help.
All right, nice. Nice, excellent. There we go.
That's the first time I've heard the term high holy days. Yeah. Is there a low holy day?
Yeah, a lower holy day would be something like Michaelmas or Candlemas or something like that. The high holy days are Christmas and Easter.
And is there a high holy day in pantomimes? Like I-ho, I-ho?
Definitely. It's usually behind you.
This close. You're this close. Right. You're going next. Rog, what have you got and why is it squeaking so much?
It's because I've got a green screen on. My bedroom doesn't actually look like this, but this is
you ruined the illusion.
This is my Christmas tree.
Is it still in the box?
Up yet. It's still in the box.
Can you open the box and give us a little peep of your Christmas tree? I tried not to sound saucy when I said that, but...
Probably not, because I've got a green screen on.
Oh, well, that'll make it even more interesting. Go on, Rog. You can do it, son.
Probably explode all over my desk.
That's what we're banking on. It'd be great if someone's left like a glitter bomb in there for you.
That would be... I'm going to be disappointed if there isn't now.
If some sort of calamity doesn't happen when he opens this, I want to...
I think the calamity has already come by him attempting to open it.
Let's have a look. Yay!
It's a Christmas tree in a box.
Yay! Nice. So Tej, we'll come to you next. I'll mute Roger while he's still fingering his box.
I need to get my Christmas jumper this year, and I haven't had a chance. But Primark is open till midnight, so it's going to happen very soon.
Say what?
That don't know. And I'm also eating my Advent calendar chocolate. So very festive.
Nice. Is that just like the one from today, or are you just picking all the days off?
I got it 5 days late, so I got loads to eat.
Fair enough. You're having a box set binge. Nice. Graham,
Yeah.
what have you got?
So, I have.
Apart from the bit of your
t-shirt.
wallpaper missing behind you.
Yeah, well, let's not go into that.
Yeah.
Hang on. Right. So it's a t-shirt. It says "Every day I'm brustling" on it. There you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's a level pun. But, you know, not Roger style puns, like good ones.
Charming.
Awkward.
I like how you brought up the subject of Brussels, Graham. Because
Yeah.
from
Which
1st of
one
January,
will
we
it
don't
be?
have to worry about Brussels.
Oh, God.
I don't even care that hurt. Right, mine. Right, don't encourage him. Right. Mine. My thing. Which you can tell this is going to be good because I got it from Home Bargains. It's this necklace that lights up.
I like that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was worried it's too
I've
subtle.
done my necklace.
It also has settings. So there we go. So that's a gentle flash.
So somebody's just flogged you a set of old Christmas lights as a necklace. That's what they've done there.
Yeah, and that's always on. So there we
When
go.
you're out, when like obviously not in COVID, you can wear it and adjust it when you're getting closer to somebody you like it start flashing faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually it's probably out last night, drunk in Hina, and tried to climb the Christmas tree, and ended up coming home with that.
I'd have to get drunk and then go to Hina. Actually, I'd need to be in order for that to happen. So let's go back to the viewer comments. See if there's any other questions. Neil Monroe is back on. He's on it tonight, it's Neil. Alex, so Sundays you struggle to recognise dogs. What's hard for you to recognise on other nights? That's a really good question. Tuesdays I can't see fish. Fridays I really struggle with cats. And when the 30-second countdown was on, I struggled with cats then because I tried to pick mine up and bring him back in, and he was having none of it. George Coppin, hi ho, really Roger, cheers for rubbing salt, says George, the out of work actor who's normally cast in a panto as one of the dwarves right now. So he's not too happy. He's not too happy.
Well done, George.
Neil, back on. Roger could have pretended his tree was invisible at the right angle, at a disappearing tree.
Yeah, that would have been.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a viewer question from Alexandra, who is giving us a doozy. She's put, if you were forced to marry somebody from the panel, who would it be and why? So this is forced. So who would you most think that you'd be forced into marriage with on the panel? Not necessarily somebody you like. So Graham, will come to you first.
Oh, yeah, I knew you fucking would. If you'd be forced to marry someone, who would it be and what? I mean, it's still giving me the choice, so I could pick anyone. It doesn't. I mean, if I was forced to marry somebody, it might it might have to be you, Alex. To be fair, because you do make a good breakfast. I'll give you that, cooked breakfast. And you like a lot of my things, like drinking in spoons and buying stuff off the Spoons app, and that's pretty much it. I like drinking with you, and I like drinking, so I think that's the I'll go for if I was forced to marry anyone from the panel, I would marry you.
Thank you.
Oh, sweet.
And
melted my heart.
And because you're such a control freak, my life would be incredibly organised all of a sudden.
You're not a control freak. Rude.
I know it is. It's just funny to keep bringing it up because
I'm just organised.
I can see your eye twitching a little bit every time I mention you being the puppet master. You twitching. And of course there is that. I will get to spend the rest of my life irritating you all day, every day, which would be endless fun. So yeah, there we go.
You've you met my ex-wife.
Yes, I was at your wedding.
Yeah, he was.
There was some sort of sexual jazz band thing going on. Oh no, they were a swing band. That's actually more relevant to the whole sex position. Because
that's not a gag. I did have a swing band. Yeah.
Never mind. Doesn't matter. Anyway, next person. I've finished.
No, I just sat here listening to you because it's great to see you get really awkward and just rabbit on. So I think we're all enjoying that massively. Roger, you next. Who, if you were forced into marriage, would it be?
At this point, I wish I was Maggie because I would answer the question as I would marry Tej and Graham. Right?
Because of the correct use of the word, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't realise you were polyamorous.
So, but anyway, I'm not Maggie. So.
Okay. Anyone else want to get in on this one before we move swiftly onwards?
Well, surely being forced means that you don't get any choice in the matter anyway. So I'm probably going to have to marry the lot of you.
Yeah.
We'd each bring various skills to the table, which would make I mean, just imagine how.
On a table, Alex. Well, okay, fair enough. We're married.
Well, I'm thinking more of a practical point of view. Imagine how cheap the bills would be if there was 5 of us going in on it.
I'd want to hear more about these skills that Alex is going to bring to the table.
Yeah. What are the skills you bring to the table, Alex?
Not
design.
enough to stay married.
Yeah, not dog identification.
Sorry.
Whoa!
Oh god, I'm sorry.
You were so ashamed of yourself you disappeared off screen for 2 seconds.
That needs an awkward.
It really want to get my breath back. Whilst I get my breath back, that almost seems to link quite nicely to this next pre-written question that I've got, which is, have you ever stalked an ex on social media? Just for that, Graham, we'll come to you first.
Yes.
What happened?
I didn't realise I had to go into details. It doesn't say and why on the end.
Well, it does now.
That's it.
Because I was jealous of the person they were then going out with, or now going out with, as a result of us breaking up, I suppose.
Is that better?
No, it makes it entirely worse, because they were... Anyway,
What were you jealous of?
Her new partner. If I'm being completely honest.
Was he better at sucking?
I have not. He was better at walking. I assume that's just to make it sufficiently.
Issues?
Just to make it sufficient. I have cerebral palsy, so just to make it sufficiently awkward.
Wow.
No, I don't.
Let's make that awkward for me as well. Thanks, guys.
Exactly. You're welcome. It's fine.
I'll keep my mouth shut now. Won't bother asking.
I think we've got a future partner for you lined up in Ian Bowden, who said I'd marry Graham for the parking privileges.
Damn right. Even though I don't.
With only meeting people through awkward question time.
Yeah. Although I don't currently have a car and also currently not allowed to drive, so Ian would have to be driving everywhere.
Is there going to be a follow-up show called Awkward Dating Time?
Oh, like a cross between this and First Dates.
No.
Yeah.
Or in my case, the Undateables.
Oh. Let's all give Graham a digital hug. Bring it in. Come on, Graham. There we go. Bring it in. There we go.
I could
I'm
have
sure
said Roger,
if
but
we
I
killed him
thought-
and put him in a carbon dating machine, we could date him.
Oh,
That's
goodness.
got dark, Roger. That's got really, really dark.
Well, what would be the point of carbon dating me? You know how old I am already. It's just completely.
All right. You two fight it out on the comments section. Maggie, we'll come to you next. Have you ever stalked an ex on social media?
I have. I've stalked my ex-husband on social media, and I stalked the guy who had many, many years ago chose another girl over me. He was in love with both of us, he said, but he married her. So I stalked him last year. This was 20 years on. I just wanted to see what he looked like, and I realised that he was on social media. So I stalked him and found out that his wife had died the previous year, and that made me feel really weird, to be honest, because I wanted to say, God, I'm so sorry, but I knew I bloody well couldn't.
There is that side to stalking where you may be a very liberal-minded, rational, live and let live sort of a person, but if you find your ex on social media and then you end up going, lucky escape.
Oh, I did that as well. I really.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever done that thing where you're scrolling through someone's Facebook pictures and you accidentally like one, and unlike it straight away, and you panic for about 5 minutes, like, oh shit, did they see that? Like, is it going to come up on their notifications? This is, I do that all the time. I need to get off Facebook. I'm such a weirdo.
On that note, Tej, have you ever stalked an ex?
Do you know what? I've been married so long. I don't. I'm sure I probably did at uni. Yeah. Then you're just in this whole just if they ignore you a little bit, then you're like, is it me? And then you're just all self-conscious and awful, and then you go on social media to see what they're doing with their life that they couldn't message back and all of that shit. I'm really glad I don't have to do any of that bollocks anymore. Just so glad.
It gets easier with age.
Does it, bollocks?
No, yeah, it really doesn't. Roger, with that vehement response, how about yourself?
Not really. They tend to block me.
Why? I mean, why could they? What could they possibly? What? Really?
No. I'm just lying. No, it's not something. It depends what you define stalked as. If you're saying, have you looked at one of your exes just to see how they're going on? Yes, I've done that. Stalking is actually looking at them on a daily or weekly basis, and I haven't done that.
No.
You want to see how they're getting on, so there's some part of you that's curious.
Yeah, but that's natural. Yeah, but that's not stalking. Stalking is when you actually make a policy of looking at their profile every single week to see if there's anything new on it. And
well, you said by definition. I mean, well, by the fact that you've come up with that definition, it sounds like you know a lot more about it than we do.
Yeah, and you've tried to rationalise your actions.
Trying to rationalise it. Guilty, I say, Roger.
I say guilty.
Is it me, or is he looking a bit more flushed than a few seconds ago? If we're talking about,
I know what I mean.
That's
as long as you do, Roger, it's all fine.
Roger, do you know a guy called David Mason?
Yes.
Good, because he's just commented, Roger's a stalker. If we're talking about men that are experts on it, Ian Bowden's been back on, saying on New Year's Eve I once drunkenly stalked a girl I haven't seen for over 20 years since school and emailed her thanking her for being my crush at 13.
Yeah. Can I just say about David Mason? Can I just say about David Mason? He's left a lot of angry birds in his wake, and that's all I'm going to say. He'll get the joke.
In jokes.
Very in joke.
In jokes. Roger's gone the same colour as the background. I mean the crimson one in the background there.
The background's green.
He means mine. On to now our last question, which is submitted by George Coppen, and it is watching porn a sin? And if so, how many times have all of you sinned this last week? So clearly we're going to need to get the church's position on this. So Maggie, just the first part of the question.
I really hoped it was going to be the question about have you ever walked in on your parents having sex, which was another excellent question that was mooted tonight. Is porn a sin? I think no, but I do think it's advisable to watch porn where people are actually enjoying what they're doing. Because I think watching porn where people are doing as in is hideous. According to my friend Adam, who's gay, we should all be watching gay porn because they really enjoy it. But I haven't done that yet, just in case the bishop checks my browser history.
Ask the bishop if he'd like to come and check mine after Googling sex position or jazz musician earlier.
Like that, yes.
Just to summarise the official position from the church, if you are to watch porn, make sure it's gay porn.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll put my hand up to that one. Yeah.
I love that.
Excellent.
I feel like Alex, you ruined my browser history. Absolutely ruined it.
What's Alex doing on your browser history?
Sorry?
What's Alex doing on your browser history?
No, I'm saying he's tainted it.
Oh, tainted it. Okay. Oh, twisted your words. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all right.
Yeah. And I got out of it.
Yeah.
Well, Graham, your thoughts? Is watching porn a sin? And will you be watching gay porn?
No. No, I won't.
Madam doth protest too much.
Hang on. Hang on. Lesbians count as gay? Yeah, then yes, obviously.
Obviously.
Obviously. So then yes. And also 3.
Is that the number of lesbians, or how many times you've watched lesbians?
How many times I've sinned this week? 3 times.
Tej, keen to get your angle on this thing, as I have basically corrupted you over the last 15 weeks.
Do you know what? It's such a taboo subject, but I'm quite partial to a bit of porn. But life is so busy, like just with kids and a job, and it's really boring, I'm afraid. But you know, when I was pregnant, geez, the hormones. I was watching it like I was watching Corrie. It was really weird. Serious. It's bonkers. It's just casually on my phone whenever I could, and my husband's just like, "What is wrong with you?" And then I gave birth to a boy, so could be something in that.
I mean, of all the cravings I've ever heard before, Pornhub's never been one of them. That's a new one. That's cool. So, on the subject of porn, Roger.
I don't think watching porn's a sin, especially if you're playing chess. I've not played chess all week.
Of all the times when we
question ban.
And we're at the end of the show as well, so he's got to stay in.
Roll that on to the next time you get him on the show.
Yeah, that's the point. We'll bring him in and then take him instantly out for the first question. Football rules, the ban travels to the next 100%. Time. On the last bit of the comments, so Maggie, you mentioned that somebody put a question about have you ever walked in on your parents having sex. That was Thomas Hancock who's responded with thanks, Maggie. So he thanks you.
I've just remembered an old joke which would potentially get me yellow carded, and this is the end of the show. Fuck it, might as well.
Go on.
Right. So I used to open with this joke all the time. I'm ashamed to admit, ladies and gentlemen, I have a terrible porn addiction. I can't stop selling all my stuff. There you go.
No ban, just an awkward silence.
Yeah. That's why I said I used to open with it. I don't.
Yeah,
it's still one of my favourite jokes, though. So fuck you guys.
So we are. While that belter of a joke, we're on the end of the show. So before we go, just got to go around everyone just see if you've got anything that you want to plug, even if it is just your social media. Graham, come to you first.
Okay. So at GWS the Comedy on pretty much everything: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. And Pornhub.
Everything.
I didn't realise you were into that kind of niche, but there you go. There's probably something for you there. The next time you have a child. And I do my own weekly thing with Alex producing called Booze at 10, which is it was supposed to be a topical panel show. Instead, it's basically just me drinking while other people watch. But there you go. It's live every Wednesday at 10, and there's 2 more episodes left in the series for this year. And it's been good fun. We had Tom stayed on last week. Got Tony Law on the 16th. So dropping a few clangs there, but I don't care. That's it. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, Maggie, anything to plug?
If you want to see me doing comedy, I'm all over YouTube. But what I'd like to plug is my weekly podcast with the local witch, Susie Crockford. It's called Wise Women, the Vicar and the Witch, and we meet up every week and talk for half an hour about life, the universe, and whether we want to burn each other at the stake. It's great. We laugh a lot.
Aww.
Sweet. Tej.
I have me and 2 other comedians, Alex Krakan, who you know about, and Thomas Hancock, have a show at the Leicester Comedy Festival. So it's on Valentine's Day. It's called Single Married Divorced. Come watch us, and if you can't be there in person, it is being streamed live.
Yeah.
Cool. I've been all 3. Roger.
I have a topical news show on a Friday night called Roger's Blue Suede News. And on this Friday, Alex Leam is on the show, along with 2 other comedians whose names are Alex. There's
And their surnames are close.
And Alex English. So come along, 9 o'clock Friday night. It's on my Facebook page, which is the Roger Poulter, or it's on YouTube. I can see the stage from here.
Excellent. Final word from George. Just said, great show, guys. Thank you, George. So that is it. Thank you to my panelists tonight, and thank you again for watching. 2 more live shows before the end of the year. So we'll be back next Sunday night live at 8:30. So thanks again, everybody, and until the next time, stay awkward.